Welcome to Ravenquill. I'm Will, and this is episode 22, The Hollow Clan Assassin. For some of you that do not know, I've been working on a module for quite some time now. It is based on the 5e mechanics, and it's about time that I add in a formidable adversary for the players to encounter. There's a point in the module where the players encounter a clan of assassins that have been hired by, the bad guys. And I wanted them to be pretty memorable and challenging. So I came up with the Hollow Clan Assassins. I've written some backlore to this clan. Still working on some abilities and traits for them, but overall I'm really liking how they're turning out. The origins of the assassin goes way back in my canon, and let me read it for you. Let me know what you think. Long before there were assassins, the people of Neroth Hollow were farmers, artisans, and hunters. An isolated northern village nestled in the outlying bluffs of Sable Expanse. Now, just side note, Sable Expanse is the name that I gave the region I'm creating. It's going to be kind of the canon for future modules I create, complete with, seasonal traits, villages, towns, cities, that kind of thing. Their isolation, however, did not shield them from the ambitions of a ruling family, who accused the village of treason and conspiracy after a minor noble vanished on a bluff trail near their lands. The accusation was false, a political maneuver to justify erasing Neroth Hollow and seizing its fertile valley. The family dispatched an army to burn down the village. In desperation, the village's remaining warriors gathered one night and turned to the hermit witch, who had been living further up the bluffs. She called out to a powerful entity believed to be a shadow djinn named Ashra. Ashra answered and offered the warriors a pact. Defend your home in my name, and I will be free to all you have to offer, and I shall make you shadows among men. Desperate, they accepted. In a moment, the warriors were remade, bodies swift and silent, hearts stilled, breath no longer needed. They fell upon the family soldiers like living ghosts, cutting them down without mercy. The village was saved, but not unchanged. The village no longer exists today, but the warriors live on, given the name unto them, Hollow Clan. Now known for cutthroats for hire, and inhabit places all over Sable Expanse where sunlight does not reach. Let me know what you guys think. It's a work in progress, obviously, but I really am digging how this is kind of, creating itself. Some of the traits I'm including, and these will probably be tweaked as well, depending on when I play test and see where the players are at level-wise. But one is going to be Cloak of Shadows, a recharge of 5 to 6, and it goes like this. As a bonus action, the assassin shrouds itself in magical darkness for 1 minute. While shrouded, it gains advantage on dexterity, stealth checks, and becomes heavily obscured to others, even those with dark vision, within 5 feet. The effects end early if it is in bright light or takes radiant damage. So basically, attack rolls against it have disadvantage unless you can ignore the obscured condition. Example, blind sight, true sight, see invisibility. Now, like I said, I'm going to probably be tweaking this a little bit, make it a little bit more challenging and difficult, but I think we're off to a good base here. One disadvantage that the assassins have is sunlight sensitivity. While in the sunlight, the Hollow Clan Assassin has disadvantage on attack rolls, as well as wisdom checks that rely on sight, which would be perception. I wanted to give them a feel of like a vampiristic theme. I did kind of design this character to resemble almost, or give it the feel of like a Persian vampire sort of feel. After all, Sable Expanse is going to be overall a desert. If you think about the National Park Zion in the United States here, there's plenty of vegetation, but also has that desert feel to it. A lot of sand and bluffs. And just a little bit from the module, it reads, the assassin clan hired by Siren Lin, she's the big bad, is known in fearful whispers as Hollow Clan, a secretive order of killers whose existence is doubted even among seasoned spy masters. Their name is barely recorded, passed in hushed tones between those desperate enough to summon them and those wise enough never to try. So, again, this is kind of this clan is kind of in aspects to the movie 300, right? The Immortals. So the Immortals were kind of their own clan or own group. They never, they didn't sprout up from the ground with the big bad. They were their kind of own thing and had a reputation of being feared, and the big bad decided to hire them. So that's kind of the feel I'm going for with these assassins. And now let me tell you about some of the painting methods I used to create the Hollow assassins here. If you've been keeping up with me and watching my videos, you'll see the basic steps I use to create or start to create a piece. I start with, a sketch, which takes probably the longest because of all the research and different variations I do, which I think I'll probably start including in my videos just to show you guys. But then I'll go ahead and make a silhouette of the whole character in a gray, a mid-tone. And then upon that, I will start to block in certain elements of that, like armor, skin, etc. Make it their own layer. And I find this method to be very nice because it breaks down such a overwhelming, it feels like, workload. So I break it off into chunks and then just kind of go from there. I had this bad habit of doing piece by piece, like armor piece by armor piece. And I kind of broke away from that and kind of do the broader detail among the whole piece, essentially, or at least for like the whole section of armor, and then just kind of go in deeper with detail until I feel like it's looking good. That way I can keep track of all the layer effects I use and colors, things like that. Because if I start like on one piece of armor and I get it to like the finish stage, right? That's a lot of layers and effects and things I've done, and I have to kind of mimic that with the other pieces. So I just find that just kind of tackling a big project, you want to just start with your first layer of detail, which is pretty broad, and then you kind of just start chiseling down and making finer and finer detail. That way everything kind of flows, I suppose. With this one, I had it to a good finishing point and I let it sit for a while. And then I kind of drafted up this backstory and kind of gave it its life of its own, some more development. So I actually went back in just recently before I created this video and added some of these tattoos that you can see on her at the end here, kind of giving her a little bit more of a vampiric look, I suppose. I lined up the skin a bit too. I'm probably going to modify her a little bit more, give her more paler skin, just to resemble that vampiric kind of look. Again, like some of these abilities, they're gonna turn into, you know, puffs of shadow or darkness, kind of a vape cloud like vampires do. So they're gonna mimic that quite a bit. I don't want them to be vampires, but I do want them to feel like they're very mystical and, you know, agents of the shadow, so to say. They suffer in the sunlight and thrive in the darkness. But there you have it, the Hollow Clan Assassin. Now, I haven't forgot about everybody that commented along the way asking for me to paint their ideas and bring them to life. I just have so many videos that I've recorded that I want to at least tackle those first, format them, make them into videos, post them, and then I can get to all these ideas. I just want to throw that out there. But if you like this video, hit subscribe, comment, tell me what you think. Maybe you can help me out with giving this more of a vampiric mystery appeal as far as stats and traits go. I welcome it. All right, till next time.